So we're going to move on to Naomi. So if Naomi's ready, there you are, Naomi.
Hi.
Over to you.
Hi. Yeah. So I'm Neomi Bennett. Before I started the program, I was going through my own challenges with personal challenges with race discrimination when I joined the program. So I can actually say that the program has actually helped me with my own healing, and the new skills that I've developed are now being used to help and support other nurses. So basically, during COVID, I experienced personal discrimination, and I noticed there was a high number of Black and ethnic minority nurses being allocated to high risk areas. Um, a Nursing Times report in April highlighted that Black and ethnic minority nurses feel targeted to work in COVID wards. And a government report published on the 16th of June it said called Understanding the Impact of COVID-19 highlighted that Black and Asian minority nurses we faced the double problem, not just COVID but also discrimination. You can change my slide, thank you. Yeah, so basically, sorry, go to the next one. Yeah, so basically, what I've done, I've developed an organisation called Equality for Black Nurses, and what we're doing is helping nurses stand up to the racism that they're experiencing day to day on the wards and in their areas of work. Um, I was really concerned because part of the survey that we conducted. 92% of participants had said that they experienced some form of race discrimination in their day-to-day job. And also, go to the next slide. Yes, so something else that we found really quite disturbing was that despite Black nurses only making up a smaller percent, we make up just 8.5% of the nursing register. 15.3% of new fitness to practice referrals are of Black and Asian minority nurses. Of concerns raised, 62% of investigations against Black nurses resulted in no case to answer. So we started to see like a pattern, and it seems like there was a lot of hostility towards nurses in the aftermath of COVID. You can go to the next. Yeah, so what we've done, I've set up a weekly Zoom session to support nurses, and we started off with about 5 nurses, but now we've grown to 30 attendees. We've also got a team of legal advisors, and we've also got some culturally sensitive psychologists. And in our Zoom sessions, we tend to look at how racism manifests and look at the different parts of racism and how some people might receive it. And go to the next slide. So also we notice there's a high incidence of job opportunities being refused for Black nurses, and nurses will be at the same level of their trade. Like they'll come out as a band 5, and then it's very difficult for them to go up the ranks. So we actually have a group of lawyers that look at each case individually, and if there's a case for a hospital to answer, then we can address the hospital. You can go to the next slide. Yeah, so like I say, we've got culturally sensitive therapists, and we do group work. So we do group work with therapists looking at the effects of gaslighting, the microaggressions, because over a long period of time, these behaviours become quite traumatic to the nurses. Yeah, you can go to the next slide now. Yeah, so going again about the group sessions. So hearing from others, because I guess with the gaslighting, oftentimes Black nurses can feel quite isolated, especially when they're the minority. There's not always somebody that they can talk to. So yeah, but you can go to the next slide now. Yeah, again, just going over the Zoom sessions. Yeah, because of the insidious nature of racism, not everybody knows that they're actually Not everyone can actually identify the behaviours that they have. You can go to the next slide. Yeah, so what we've done, we've developed Ubuntu Buddy. Again, the word Ubuntu is an African concept, Ubuntu. The profound sense that we are human only through the humanity of others. And this concept, this was introduced to me on one of my sessions on the Windrush programs. I can't remember the name of the one of our teachers, and so I really like that. So this Ubuntu Buddy, we're actually developing a training program at the moment so that we can train these Ubuntu buddies to support nurses. And so I've got some lawyers on board. We've also got a really good board of directors, which includes, we've got a professor from Middlesex University. We've got Lee Jasper, who is our equality person. We've got like an ex-commissioner for race equality on our board as well. You can go to the next slide. Yeah, so basically the whole concept of equality for Black nurses is encouraging nurses to walk in their power and giving them the strength and giving them a voice as well, because we find that a lot of the disciplinary actions against our nurses, they sometimes can't verbalize what they're going through. So we kind of encourage them and help them to speak it out. Go to the next slide. So we've won our first funding. We won our first set of funding, and we won a grant. And we're setting up a YouTube channel where we're inviting other nurses and other people in the health sector to come and share their experiences. Go to the next slide. Yeah, so that's equality for Black nurses. If you've got any questions, do let me know. We are on all the social media. I've been doing a lot in the media recently. I'm also working with Channel 4 and also ITV on documenting some of the racism and discrimination that our nurses are experiencing in practice. And that's really the end of my presentation. But I'd like to just say thank you to everyone who's put the programme together, because I literally use everything that I've learned, and I'm now trying to use that and sharing it with other nurses. So thank you very much for listening.
Wow, wow, wow. Amazing, amazing, Naomi. Thank you so, so much. And we've had some comments, and I just want to invite Miss T. So that's your name in Zoom, but I'm not sure what your name is in reality. Do you want to reflect? Oh, lovely. Go for it. You tell us what you thought of Naomi's presentation.
Oh my God, I thought it was absolutely amazing. It's very much of an issue, I think, for all of us. We can all tell stories about how we've been racially discriminated against. And it's something that it's trying. And it's especially like this year with COVID and the whole Black Lives Matter movement, it brings up a lot of like traumas that we've all had in our careers or just in life in general. So I just think it's absolutely amazing what you're doing and the work that you're doing to try and like help us all, because we all need a little bit of help. So yeah, it was really, really good.
Amazing, thank you. And any other comments from you, Joan?
I think Naomi is very courageous and very brave in the face of all the challenges that she's been through personally, and to channel that into supporting Black nurses. And it's something that's really, really needed at grassroots level, especially this year, as we've seen this like a double pandemic. It's not just the pandemic of COVID-19, but the pandemic of Black Lives Matter and all the things that's flagged up through that as well. And for her to put her head above the parapet and to fight on behalf of nurses, I mean, not many people will do that. People talk about doing it, but not many people would do that. And for a short space of time, for her to galvanize the support of such influential people that have been willing to support her in what she's doing. And a couple of weeks ago, she asked me to come along and do a talk to her team, and I talked about microaggressions and micro assaults. And it was amazing how the nurses there, they was identifying with what I was explaining, but they didn't even realize they were going through that because they didn't have the language to explain what they were going through. So what Naomi is doing is really, really fantastic. And she's supporting, and she's supporting NHS organizations or healthcare, but challenging them at the same time to say, what are you going to do about this? We've got people here that want to support you and help you to get the best out of all the nurses that we've got in healthcare. So amazing. Well done. Fantastic.
Really, really amazing. Oh, Yvonne, you want to comment?
Just to say, Naomi, you are now one of my inspirational people on my list. Very, very well done. Amazing.
Wow.
So,
Thank you.
To Dame Yvonne, when you was talking, I felt so emotional because I could, like, everything you said really resonated with me, and it really makes me proud to be a nurse, to be on this course, and a Black nurse as well. So I definitely recommend this program. It's been, for me, it's been amazing.